Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ellis Island Medal of Honor recipient, guest of honor of today's evening, and an inspiring individual for all, role model for all generations. Please put your hands together. Please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Prakasam Tata, who will now deliver the keynote speech. This will be followed by felicitation by all the national organizations. One quick announcement, the poster contest has been sponsored by Chicago Andhra Association. May I request everyone to please keep... Mrs.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
The coordinator of this...
Are you awake or getting bored or what? I'm humble, really, believe me. I'm not my own self today, but I'm truly humbled. I thank you all for the honor and for the love and affection that you have showered on me. I thank my mother for her blessings and bringing me up with good values, even though she was widowed when I was 3 years old. She was frequently sick. Her motivational guidance was simply, son, stay in school and do your best. Otherwise, we all will beg. This is the motivation that she always gave to me. I grew under highly impecunious conditions with my mother, aunt, and grandmother, who are all widowed at a young age. We lived with them and with my 2 sisters. I'm the middle one. They all loved me. They were my angels. I didn't know my father because, as I said, he died when I was 3 years old. He was the first PhD in chemistry in Andhra University. I never had his guidance. But he is married to a 4th grade or 5th grade girl who was my mother. And she was the driving force for all her 3 kids. We lived on very meager type of resources. She was an organic farmer. Whatever she touched and grew some vegetables in the backyard, we survived on them, and some banana plants which gave perennial bananas and plantains and things like that, and papaya. And we also nourished a cow, which gave for the most part in a year some milk, and the rest of the year it was only giving dung and urine. They composted, and they used that manure to grow some crops in the backyard. We survived on those vegetables. When I was 17, I just received my degree, bachelor's degree that is. I don't know how I did that, but I was pushed maybe, but I did it. And my mother asked me to marry Padma, who is here. I said, okay mom. I didn't know what marriage was all about. At 17, she was 12. And she was a complete stranger to me at that time. But then I left home at the age of 17 and just got a bachelor's degree to do a master's degree in Nagpur University. Probably she thought when this guy goes over there to Nagpur, his hormones will kick and he will bring a Maharashtrian girl with two braids to our house, and my mother can't speak even Marathi language. So she wanted a Telugu girl, this is the time to fix him up. That's what she thought I did at the time. And she did it. By God, she did it. The next Saturday, believe it or not, we will be celebrating our 66th wedding anniversary, that next Saturday. Which tells you my age. I was married at the age of 17. Next Saturday, around this time, I think our family is getting together to have a nice dinner, whatever they were telling me. 66 years with this little woman over there. I tell you. Someone asked me, what is the secret of your long-lasting married life? 66 years. One of my fellow Rotarians, John Gallagher, believe it or not, some of you may remember, he came, I brought my wife to the dinner because Sun Kwok was being installed as the president, and Frank Slocum was the MC, for that I remember so distinctly. And John Gallagher has the audacity to come to us when Frank announced there are two events. One is the installation of the governor, our president, and the other is today Prakash Tata's 58th wedding anniversary. I was on the board at that time. And everybody clapped and all that. And here the audacity to come to her, held her hand, ma'am, my hearty condolences. How come you got married to this guy for 50 years? You're putting up with him? Son of a gun, I will fix you. Next year I nominated him to be the president of the Rotary Club. That's the sincere way of punishment anybody who accepts the position of the president of the Rotary Club. These guys are angels in my mind. They work like, I don't know, they don't sleep. They have meetings all the time, they conduct the meetings and so forth. And I'm not suited for the job, I'm only a doer. Next year, the beautiful lady sitting there smiling, she'll be our president this year, grand years. I'm really proud that what a beautiful. And I said, what is the secret of your long-lasting marriage like this, 66 years? I told them very simply that we fight every day. I mean, she looks so gentle and mind all that. But I tell you, whatever she says, I say, I follow. Because she gave birth to two beautiful kids. She raised them to the peak of perfection, I think. They're very lovely kids. And also we acquired two sons and one daughter-in-law. I call them all sons and my daughter. Aparna is there. My son Bobby is here. And he was an engineer and he turned into a physician and married to this girl from India. So we are really blessed as a family, and she is the center of attraction. She takes care of everybody. And the first question she asks whenever this comes, have you eaten food like any mother in India? First thing, how are you doing? What is the problem? Nothing. Have you eaten? Otherwise she will give the food. That's the kind of a mother she is. Several people influenced my life and I'm indebted to them. A tall American in 1955 changed my life, Frederick Erickson. During his term as the Professor of Sanitary Engineering at the All India Institute of Hygiene and Public Health. He inspired me the importance of safe drinking water, hygienic sanitation, to save lives of the poor people in India, and offered me a job in 1962 to work on rural water supply and sanitation in a village in West Bengal which did not have electricity, running water, telephone, etc., etc. One of the beauties of this village is there are big snakes rolling around the streets every night. I saw them. But anyway, I slept on the floor because there was no bed or anything. It's a very dark village by evening. And in a rented place. And I became a part and parcel of this family, this particular village, which has about 500-600 people. All are very, I would say, below the income level or something of that country at that time. But they're excellent people, very good. I was always welcomed. First of all, when I mastered the Bengali language, I was invited to their houses anytime. But they didn't know I was married at that time because she was there already. And she was like a little girl wandering around and all that. And my mother was there with us. And one day she invited the local ladies to have the bangle ceremony. That is a ceremony they do in India when the girl gets pregnant. And she was pregnant with my first baby. I was 20 years old. And you know, my good friends were kidding me. God damn it, I thought she was your sister or something. You made her pregnant? I said, what can I do? She is my wife, you know, till that time. They were kidding me ever since. You never told us that kind of stuff. But anyhow, that's the lady that gave me the first child, Nagamani. She's not here today. But she's a great young lady. And she lives in Oklahoma. She's doing her part in giving to the poor. Her husband is a physician. They're very charitable. Those patients, you know, cannot pay. My son tells me he writes off his service charges or whatever it is. And another American professor gave his fellowship here based on my work in India in the field of environmental pollution. Based on my experience of 7.5 years in the rural areas of Bengal and what he did, and I read his papers, 300 papers by that time he published from Rutgers University. I was a voracious reader of scientific literature in the field of environmental engineering and sciences. And I liked his area of research. I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I did for 7 years after masters in India. And this is what I did in the rural water supply and sanitation. This is the area of research I like that you do. And would you take me as your student? I love your research. In 3 weeks, I got a letter from him, gave me a great scholarship. And I sailed. I came by boat. I'm one of the boatsmen up to London. And then one of my friends advised me to fly to New York so that I will get an opportunity to see how they fly the planes flew. That was the first time I came by, flew by a plane. I mean, just to say, whatever the good Lord is looking upon me, maybe my mother's blessings, my mentors' encouragement, their blessings, whatever it is, there is some divine intervention in my life all the time when I was poor and wretched. So, this is the kind of a life I had, come to Rutgers and did my PhD under the tutelage of the great person. And then without applying for a job, I got a job offer, two job offers, and one at Cornell and the 2 other things at the other universities, but I liked Cornell, and I went there. And there again, I worked for 7 years. My dream was to work in Chicago, let me tell you that. The reason for that is, Chicago is a very colorful history in the field of water supply and sanitation. They did some amazing wonders, reversed the flow of Chicago River to avoid epidemics. 12% of Chicago died because of waterborne disease. How many of you know that? Probably not, the commissioner knows that. But that was the thing I knew in India. And I wanted to work with this great organization, the Water Reclamation District. And I was fortunate, again a divine intervention. I gave a paper at Purdue University. One of the staff members, the director of R&D, was there. I tried to get a job here in Chicago as soon as I passed and I got my PhD, because the director of R&D came to Rutgers as the chairman of the department. And I asked him, hey, Prakash, you can go there, there are jobs over there. When I came here, they pulled all these residency requirements, green card, and I was a lousy poor grad student. Give me a break, I'm from India. I didn't know anything about green cards, about immigration, nothing. And Prakash, that's all changed now. Would you like to work for us? Immediately said, are you going to invite me for an interview? He said, come on down. I said, you mean, let me talk to you on a Friday because I want to see the beautiful lake shore and everything on Saturday. So he invited me next week. And then on Monday, a job was offered to me. They talked to my mentor, and he came to my office and he said, Prakash, are you leaving us? I went, yes. Some little bird came and whispered that they interviewed you, you're going to get a job there. Would you accept it? I told you, Ray, I love Chicago. How many of you love Chicago? All right. So even without a second thought, I told my wife, let's pack and go. They gave me 74 like that. I owe a debt of gratitude to this country. Great country, the United States of America. Which gave me the opportunity to do the things that I wanted to do and to realize my dreams, to protect some people at least in India and lots of people here by working for the Water Reclamation District and protect the environment through my job at the Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. The country adopted me. My country of birth is India. So I owe it to both these countries. One is the country of my birth and the other is my country of adoption. Why not? Everyone should do this kind of a thing. Don't forget your motherland. Don't forget your village. Do something for it. And because you breathed the air there when you were born. You ate the food there. You drank the water over there. You owe it to yourself to do something to that country. And also more than that, you are forming generations in this country. So you owe it more to this country as well. So don't forget your country of birth. That's what I was told by the naturalization judge when I took this oath to become a citizen of this country, way back in the 80s. So, I'm owing a lot to this country and to the India also for giving me the birth, and to my mother and my parents and all my great friends who are assembled here at this late hour listening to a lot of people and so forth. God bless you all. I'm truly inspired by Rotary because I deliberately retired from my job. I was 66 years of age. I don't know when I will die. I need to do something. The Rotary motto, I liked it, service above self, as my good friend Randy said. Service above self, what a great idea. So that suited my kind of thinking. First of all, I wanted to prove myself, am I a giver or am I a taker? That's what I want to see. I want to find out about myself. So the best way to do it is to join an organization like Rotary, which is known for its benevolence in 200 countries plus and 34,000 clubs in the world. I joined the Rotary Club of Naperville as soon as I retired in 2002 from there where I lived for 30 years, moved to Naperville. I checked out and I applied for my membership into the Rotary Club of Naperville. I met so many wonderful people at this club who are very giving, very kind, and are oriented to community service nationally and internationally. You come up with an idea, they check it out. If it is worthy of pursuing, they will definitely help you. This is the creed of our Rotary Club of Naperville. And I'm a recipient of that kindness and love and affection for a lot of people is reflected in the people that are sitting here today, whom I love very much. I'm really blessed to meet these Rotarians and love and respect them for what they do. May the good Lord bless them. The Rotary will continue to inspire me. Last year, I pledged my ancestral, as somebody said here, to be given to Ramakrishna Mission, which is a charity organization, and it is perpetual. It has been in existence for more than 100 years. And they assured me that they will continue to do the kind of work that I'm doing with passion. They said, God bless you, we are with you. That's what they said to me. And another dream I have, here I seek everybody's help. Not only physically, emotionally, and everything else. This is, I want to build a cultural and community center in Vijayanagaram, in front of our house, which Mr. Chuck Newman visited, to be given to the people of that community, for them to do some good work, educate the children, so forth, and also the some skill developmental activity to empower women, uneducated, unemployed women, widows. In India, most of the widows in my kind of town don't remarry again, like my mom and my grandmother, my aunt. So these are the people that need a lot of help. They have a lot of services that they can offer. Maybe through this organization, we can provide some skill development, like sewing machines and things like that, and they can sew some things, uniforms. And I have a big mouth, so I can talk to people, please buy these things from them. There's nothing wrong in asking them to do that. And I'm shameless. I'll ask, no problem. I see God in the person who gives. I see the same God in the persons who don't give, or who cannot give. So, that's my dream. In the next 2 years, I want to realize this. I will pledge half the amount of in this austere presence of this austere this gathering here, pledge half of the money that is needed to build this, and I will raise half of the money, and I need your help there. I tell you, and also I will donate this to Ramakrishna Mission so that it is not lost for any other entity which may not do this kind of service that Rotary does. I believe in them, I trust them, they have been doing lots of work around the world, and through the spirit of giving, and also a lot of spiritual experiences you can get there. So, I request you on this occasion to fulfill my dream and bless me with your good prayers under this feet of Rama or the temple here. I'm seeking your help on that one. I will talk to you later on. But this is the thing, that center is going to be used by anybody in this organization, these people you want to do, like I'm going to team up with Sriram and Sunti, there. They have this cultural type of thing that they are doing for the last more than 30 years in the Chicagoland area. We want to propagate their mission through this organization in the land that they were born also. So these are the kinds of things I want to do at the cultural center. Again, thank you very much for all your love and affection. Lal Manaji, you came from Oak Brook, and we tried to get up a mayor, but he's out of town. But thank you so much for coming here. And Murthy, you too, Suresh and Srinivas, and all the people, my fellow medallion winners like Sagar Garu and Manu Vora and Bharat Barai, they had to go. And my compatriot Vishwanatham, he was born in Vijayaram also, that this guy is sleeping, I think I already. Go stand up a little bit. Stand up. Stand up, Vidya, you stand up. These are the Vijayaram guys. So, sit up. Okay. Thank you very much. And all those people who are here, that God bless you, long life and good health, and continue being inspired. That is the motto. Thank you all. God bless you.
A standing ovation to this man, our role model in this community, Dr. Prakasam Tata. Thank you, Uncle Dr. Tata. You're always an inspiration for